This is one of the first shots of all facing in the same direction, a film created by Newcastle-based artist Grace Denton. The film spotlights what it is to be neurodiverse, exploring diagnosis, self-governance, language and movement in monologues.
I have always struggled in some ways to work and communicate.
Featuring 16 neurodiverse participants, it premiered at BALTIC on the 26th of July as part of an event titled Nominally Sovereign, which featured sessions from neurodiverse artists and activists. The film and event form part of Grace's Art PhD, which explores sovereignty and self-governance through the prism of ADHD, which Grace herself is diagnosed with. I caught up with Grace to find out more about the film. Could you summarise what All Facing in the Same Direction is about?
Yeah, so it's kind of thinking about like the process of diagnosis for neurodivergence and how we feel about ourselves in the world and how we like apply medical language to that. So yeah, we made it by like sending little video monologues back and forward to each other. So the conversations obviously went in like 1,000 different directions because of who we all are. So I decided to make the film partly because I'd always wanted to work this way with a lot of neurodivergent kind of participants and collaborators, partly just to kind of capture like a really wide range of voices, and especially because at the minute there's been a lot of different kind of like negative news stories around overdiagnosis of ADHD and things like that, which is obviously just ridiculous because it's incredibly hard to get a diagnosis. I hoped that a lot of people would relate to the thought process and like the way I was thinking about it, and so I went through an open call, and it turns out that a lot of people did relate to it.
So what has the reception of the film been like?
It's really blown me away. When I showed it at the event that we did at BALTIC, so these amazing beanbags that you can see, we borrowed these from a gallery in Birmingham, and made the room just feel as like welcoming and accessible as possible. And we got loads of feedback that was just like, it was the first time I ever walked into a room and felt that I could really be myself, and I was just so glad that that came across. And then when I showed everyone the film, there was like actually quite a lot of emotion, like really strong emotional responses, I think, which I felt so glad that people felt comfortable in that space to like express that as well.